Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another EuroVan instrument cluster, this time coming from Oregon, Healer Farms. This is your instrument cluster. It looked like somebody was already here. They didn't, told me that kind of stuff. It says, their concern says, gauges are faulty and work sporadically. The speedometer works, but drops to zero when engine is running. And this is, again, a cluster that was already pre-opened. As I normally do, I have the instrument cluster connected and ready to go. I actually already performed the repairs, especially when I see missing screws and everything. I don't really stop the recording. I just immediately stop the repair because this is not a normal repair. And I'm going to have to disclose this with the customer. You know, if you send this to someone else, or if you start attempting a repair, this is no longer considered a normal repair, especially like this. In this case, somebody was here into the entire board where they remove and install everything, microprocessor, memories, jumpers everywhere. I have to correct so much work that this is definitely not a normal repair. So normal repair has these costs, and when it's like and I'm talking about like normal repair is 100%, right? Let's say $350 is what the cost the repair on this one. But if it's not a normal repair, I usually add $150 and even more, depends on the damage or the damage that has been caused or I need to correct. Because when I receive a cluster like this, and this is the mentality of anyone, right? So you send something for repairs. Now that person is completely responsible. It doesn't matter what happened before. So I will be the one responsible. So I need to make sure that everything is to my standards. Otherwise, in 6 months, you'll be, or in 2 months, in 1 month, you'll be like, hey, Mike, the cluster is acting up again. And it doesn't matter what is acting up. Now it's my responsibility. So this is where that extra is added, because a normal repair, a cluster that is original, I can go into the normal areas of repair, my normal areas of repair, and I have that already considered into what I quote you. But when it's not a normal repair, and sometimes the customer doesn't know because, they just got the vehicle, somebody else was there, but it's still... it is not a normal repair. So I'm going to show you a few pictures that I have. As I normally do, I create a folder for the customer. So this is me taking pictures of the cluster before I open it up. You can see here it says the concerned gauges are faulty and work sporadically. A speedometer works but drops to zero when engine is running. All right, so let's go into the next one. Just take a picture of the outside to make sure, if it's anything broken, scratches, or what is missing, tabs that are not there. We can see here, no bolts, right where I am hovering that red arrow. There was no bolts to hold this cluster closed, which is no good. The cluster has 180,329 miles. Everything so far was at least there working. We have some speed, RPMs. This is the inside of the cluster, and you will be like, well, that looks actually like normal. Well, no, these are not the original stepper motors, definitely not. They're, not of bad quality, but not the original ones. And I want you to see here, right here, I'm going to make a zoom. Again, this is not a perfect picture, but you can see right here a jumper to the EEPROM. Very, very concerning. They remove the microprocessor, which is in here, and then the stepper motor and memory, which is also right here. This is part of the memory and circuit. Not very good repairs, and I have to, because they were soldering capacitors and diodes. They solder everything. I'm like, wow, I never seen anything like this. But again, that was the way it was. This is just me more taking, pictures of how is this. You can see, again, more of those repairs in there. The solders on the motors and flux everywhere. This is definitely, like I said, not a normal repair. All right, so let me get you back to the view of here. All right, so let me power up. So yeah, everything is ready. Let me turn the power here. Let me actually move the needles to a position that is not resting. So you can see the needle finding the zero position. They are not doing it. So this is already happening again in here. We have something else in here as well. Because we have power. All the lights and everything is working, but no movement on the motors. So something else is in here. Definitely a dead, completely dead cluster. Now, as far as the stepper motors, gonna have to remove the needles and see exactly what else is in here. This is where exactly what I was saying, you know. Something else must be there that is creating a problem, because we got nothing. At least the lights and all is working, but there is no reaction of the separate motors whatsoever when I turn the power on. So let me recheck that. I'll be right back, guys. All right, so I finally got a repair, so let's see if it's not working good or what. All right, so let's power it up. I got the needles, again, not in the rest position, so when we put the battery on, it should do that. And now it's doing it. All right, let's do the ignition and lights. And I have already the RPM signal in there, just the way it's connected to my simulator on 250 RPMs. And that will make the oil light blink based on low RPM, right? So if I raise the speed of the RPM, which let me first put the speedometer to work, and that will reach 10 miles an hour, and we can see that that is actually indeed correct. If I move this to 070, it's going to put the fuel to a quarter tank and temperature in halfway. Make sure those go up. And that is exactly as it's supposed to. You see the calibration on the needles is exactly. And now I can move the speed to go to the RPMs over, I think it's over 500 RPM. That light it goes off. You see, it's no longer, let me go back to 250 RPM so you can see the light. I'm going to cover it up so because it's very bright here. You can see the light of the oil blinking because I don't have all the, you know, case put in. But right now I'm getting RPMs and the speed. Let me move the needle so we can start to increase the speed. Yeah, and it's reading now properly. I mean, definitely this was, like I said, a non-normal repair. Even though, you know, I tried to correct as much as I can, it was still blown, or not blown, a shorted resistor. Shorter resistor and a bad diode. That is, I mean, I have to go into every single point and cluster, mostly for the stepper motors, which is on the right side of the cluster, because the lights and everything was there. So I'm like, okay, this is definitely not all bad because I corrected most of the butcher and repair or whoever was there, but definitely so it's still something. And this is where, I mean, it's human eyes. I don't have, you know, a robot view to be perfect. All I can do is make sure it's fully working and fully operational like it is right now, and then that's it, right? So hopefully this is not going to come and bite me, but right now, as you can see, completely operational. So Healer Farms, your instrument cluster is ready to go. Like I said, this is not going to be considered a normal repair. So I'm going to give you that extra. I'm not going to go that high, but I'm going to add another $150, which I think is more than fair enough. Taking multiple times this apart and back is just not fair. So I'm sorry, but not my cluster, not my car. So I can help you, but this is where I have to separate, because otherwise I will be, you know, burnt by just because I give you a price for, and I am very careful always to put normal repairs. That is why normal repairs are normal repairs, a module that has not been touched by anyone else, and I have to correct all those situations. Water intrusion or stuff like that, I mean, yes, it has to be clean. That is, I still consider those normal repairs. Normal repair is only when somebody else was there, or there is an extensive damage that is not normal, like, you know, in, let's say, you know, in a Mini Cooper, what is normally, you know, voltage regulators, capacitors, diodes, ejector drivers, coil drivers. Those are normal repairs. But if a microprocessor comes bad, that is definitely not a normal repair. And I have them. I can repair, I can replace them, but it's not included on the normal repair price that I give the customers, right? So I hope you all understand that, because it's always going to be that different, that normal repair that is there. All right, guys, thank you so much for visiting the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye-bye.